Hi, my name is Kayla and welcome to My Sow Life. My Soul Life is a platform, a space, a community to share my journey to intentional living, a little slow living as well. There's so many things that I've always enjoyed, like gardening, cooking, but it has a whole new meaning now for me as a mom and just trying to take care of my family the best way possible, making sure they have the best foods and having great experiences. And I think that starts at home. And so much of this is not just what I'm feeding my family, but also like creating those memories, like teaching my kids to cook things and making those memories in the kitchen together or in the garden together and just everything that we do. So in addition to the cooking and being in the kitchen and homemaking, it's also those like intentional gifts that you can make at home. A few things about me: I was born in New York and raised here in Georgia. I've lived in a few different areas in Georgia, so I'm not gonna be one of the people, oh, I'm from Atlanta. And I'm not really from Atlanta. Definitely started on the east side, went to the north side, now I'm on the west side. Very close to the city now. So I definitely identify with being an Atlanta girly, but my roots are in New York, and also I have Caribbean roots as well. And I identify very strongly with my Caribbean roots. I grew up very close to my Jamaican grandparents. My mom was born in Jamaica as well. And so much of that Caribbean culture is how I grew up. Like, I have my ginger tea almost every morning. When I'm sick, I'm having that ginger tea. I love my mint tea, love my sour salt tea, my tamarind juice, my sorrel. I love to make sorrel at the holidays. And one of the biggest things that I got from my grandparents is gardening, whether it was when they were living in New York and when they moved down to Georgia, because the pipeline from Jamaica to New York to Atlanta, it really needs to be studied. But anyways, they ended up here in Georgia and they had a garden here as well. So I grew up always seeing them garden, always seeing them growing their own food and then us eating that food. And that always was so important to me. And I knew that that was something I was going to do as well. That was something I wanted to incorporate into my life and for my family one day. And here we are. Now I still live here in the Atlanta area, and now I'm growing my own family. And of course, I've always known I was going to have a garden. I always knew that was going to be a part of my life and my home. So now I'm having the same thing I saw my grandparents do, and I'm trying to make sure my children are part of that as well and getting that experience. So I want it to be so ingrained in them that they're like, of course I'm gonna have a garden when I get older, because that's essentially what happened for me. Like that exposure, seeing it, it just felt normal to eat the tomatoes in our salad from the garden, cook with the tomatoes, cook the fruits, and freezing what's left over for the next season. Like it was just normal. And I think a lot of people get intimidated on the process or how to start. And to be honest, like I couldn't care less about a garden when I was little. When I saw my grandparents doing, I'm like, no, I don't want to work outside in the garden. I'm like, I want to stay in and watch TV, but I still appreciate it. And even though I wasn't always out there with them, it still did something to me. It still made an impression on me, just that exposure and seeing it, of understanding that it's important and that is something that should be a part of our lives. Like it makes sense. But I love the feeling and the process of growing something, of tending to something, that satisfaction you feel of knowing that something started from a seed and you cared for it all the way until it's on a plate and you're eating it or feeding it to someone else. That is what keeps me going.